You know, we pour so much time and energy into perfecting what happens inside the warehouse. But what if the biggest drag on your efficiency, the thing that's costing you the most, isn't even in there at all? What if it's hiding right outside your doors, in the one place we almost always take for granted?
This quote from our source material it really hits home, doesn't it? It perfectly nails that feeling of frustration when one misplaced trailer or one truck showing up early just completely throws the entire day into chaos. It's a problem that's hiding in plain sight.
And there it is, the yard. For way too long, we've basically treated it like a giant parking lot, right? A simple holding area. But that's a massive, massive oversight, and today we're going to break down exactly why, and more importantly, what you can do about it.
So, why the sudden urgency? I mean, why is everyone talking about the yard all of a sudden? Well, it's because the game has totally changed. The yard isn't just a passive buffer zone anymore. It is an active, absolutely critical part of your entire supply chain. This is the new reality. Every single minute, a truck sits and waits. Every unnecessary move a yard jockey makes, every moment of confusion, it all adds up. And smart companies, they get this. They know the battle for speed and efficiency is now being won or lost right here, in the yard.
And look, there are these huge forces driving this change. Transportation costs are just soaring. And carriers, they don't just hope for fast turnarounds anymore. They demand it. At the same time, we're all trying to do more with fewer people. And on top of that, your customers and partners want to know where everything is, in real time. Oh, and let's not forget the growing pressure to cut down on emissions from all those idling trucks. The old way of managing the yard with a clipboard and a radio, it just can't hang anymore.
So, what does this chaos actually look like day to day? Well, it looks like your best people wasting an hour hunting for a lost trailer. It's that traffic jam at your dock doors because 3 trucks all showed up at the same time. It's drivers sitting at the gate with a pen and a clipboard. And then there's the real kicker, those painful detention and demurrage fees that pop up on the balance sheet. These aren't just little annoyances, you know? They're signs of a much bigger systemic problem. Okay, so we've spent some time painting a pretty clear picture of the problem. Now, let's get to the good part, the solution. The tool that's built from the ground up to bring order to this chaos is the Yard Management System, or as you'll hear it called, the YMS. So what is it really? At its heart, a YMS is basically the digital brain for your yard. Think of it like air traffic control. It's this one central platform that gives you total command over every trailer, every truck, and every move, from the second a carrier pulls up to the moment they leave. It completely replaces all that guesswork and radio chatter with cold, hard data and a smooth, repeatable process.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because you gotta understand where the YMS fits in. You're probably already using a TMS, right? That's for managing your trucks out on the road. And you definitely have a WMS for everything that happens inside the 4 walls of the warehouse. Well, the YMS is the critical bridge connecting the two. It manages that crucial, often messy handoff. It ensures everything flows smoothly from the truck to the warehouse and right back out again. It's the missing link.
And a modern YMS brings a whole powerful set of tools to the fight. I mean, just imagine a live dashboard that gives you a bird's eye view of everything in real time. Or how about automated gate check-ins that let drivers get in and out in minutes, not hours? We're talking about smart appointment scheduling, tracking every single trailer, and getting automatic alerts before a small problem turns into a big one. It's all about one thing: reducing friction. Okay, that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually get from a chaotic yard to an optimized one? Well, the good news is you don't have to do everything all at once. Let's walk through a really practical 6-step playbook for taking back control of your yard.
So first things first, you have to know where you stand. So you analyze your current performance and get a baseline. Step 2, you actually go out and walk the yard. You map the flow, you see where things get stuck, you find those choke points. Step 3 is usually the fastest one you can get. Digitize that gate check-in process. After that, you can start layering on more control, like dock scheduling and real-time tracking. And finally, and this is key, you monitor a few key metrics to make sure the improvements you've made actually stick.
And when we talk about metrics, here's the deal. You don't need to track dozens of them. Just focus on the handful that actually change behavior. Truck turnaround time? Carriers feel that number immediately, and it directly impacts your relationship with them. Dock utilization tells you if you're using your most valuable assets, your doors, wisely. Detention costs? Well, that puts a clear dollar amount on any inefficiency. And on-time departures? That's like your early warning system for problems happening further up the line.
So, you followed the playbook. You're tracking the right KPIs. What's the payoff?
What's the big prize at the end of all this? And what does the future hold for the world of yard management?
Well, the return on this investment is huge. You see less congestion, which means faster movement of goods. Your operational costs actually go down because you're paying way less in fees and you're not wasting time. Your carriers, they become actual partners because you respect their time. The whole yard becomes safer, more secure, and maybe for the first time, you have reliable data to make really smart, strategic decisions.
And this, right here, is the fundamental shift in thinking. When you get this right, the yard stops being a daily headache. It's no longer a source of constant firefighting. It transforms into a strategic asset, a real competitive advantage that makes your entire operation run smoother and better.
And looking ahead, this whole thing just keeps evolving. Right now, today, AI is already helping to optimize which trailer to move next and when to schedule appointments. In the near future, things like IoT sensors and RFID will give us pinpoint location accuracy without anyone having to scan a thing. And then, out on the horizon, we're going to see autonomous yard trucks handling all those repetitive, predictable moves, freeing up your people for more valuable tasks.
So we'll leave you with this one question. I want you to take a hard, honest look at your own operation. Right now, today, is your yard a competitive advantage that makes everything else run smoothly? Or is it a source of daily disruption, constantly bleeding time, money, and patience? The answer to that question will tell you exactly where you need to start.